Oh, old BS?
Hello,
Hello?
live. I'm Toxic Fatality, and today we have an exciting adventure in Pathfinder D&D.
If we're live, does that mean is that the new name for our? Oh God, is that the new name for our group?
We're live.
Live, yes.
We're alive.
No, just live. That's the name of our.
Yeah.
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 It's the end of Six Stack. It's live.
You know,
now.
if you ever get party wiped, that's just gonna be very sad. Live has died.
I mean, we are going to be fighting a demon phoenix god at some point. So
That's something.
How could it be both a demon and a god? I'm confused.
Well, there are demon lords that have
Like I thought,
weird
yeah.
godlike powers.
Yeah, whatever. God
So-
level demon. We don't really have a word for that. So,
It is now time for us to actually get on to the game itself. Lauren will not be joining us this week, but that's okay. We'll push ahead. Now, last time on Dungeons and Dragons, you guys weren't even on this map for very long. You guys went to the Dawn Caller out near Cape's End. You brought along your new friend Hilda, Queen of Doltomo, and the Dawn Caller approved of your plan to do a blitz against the evil primordial demons that were possessing various members of Doltomo society. You guys performed a mighty and heroic assassination strike on the uncle that was that was doing terrible things, and you have now ended up back home, having secured the promise of aid from Hilda and her kingdom for whatever thing you decide, and they are also building a weapon to help you fight the Phoenix. Because you asked them to, and they are a volcanic gun-toting nation that actually can build stuff like that. Now,
awesome.
you were returned. I was going to ask where you wanted to be returned. Because you also discovered that in approximately, I think now, 6 days, General Yang and General Hiruzen, two of the high generals on the War Council. Yang and Hiruzen are about to be accused of treason by General Zen and the Emperor. And this accusation is going to happen in now 6 days. And you guys have to decide what you're going to do about it. Last time you guys also decided that you were going to go into the northern mana wastes and get the last piece of the armor of the Dragon Emperor, complete some of your ascensions to partial pseudo-dragonhood, and make Akane the most buff bird in the capital. And then focus on what you're going to do. So sometime either before or after we do the whole mana waste thing, I need everyone to decide, or at least start talking with each other about what you're going to do about the impending civil war, because you're pretty sure once those two high generals are accused of treason, stuff's going to start going down.
I think we want to get rid of General Zen.
General Zen's the nice one.
No,
I like General Zen.
There's Hiruzen and General Zen. Both are different people. I should have named them differently.
General Zen is the one in charge of defense, correct?
No, that's Yang.
Oh, fuck. Well, never mind. Do we have the generals on here?
Yep.
By name?
We should.
Oh, good. Yeah. I hadn't seen this update.
And so there is, I'll write it on here just so that people can know in big letters.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
No, no.
There.
Okay, I was going to say. Yep, go for it. No, go for it. Yeah, do we know how the map divides? Like what kingdoms are going to stay loyal to who, or is it going to be just a complete, like every city is going to have these factions fighting?
You're pretty sure that the deserts of Ruha are in not so open rebellion already.
Okay.
You're relatively certain that the Imperial Province is primarily going to be loyal to Zen.
That makes sense, yeah.
Let's see. So I'll start putting down little notes here. So mostly Zen. The mountains of Kran are mostly Yang. Floodplains of Mun are mostly Zen. Yeah. The plains of Xantar are mostly Yang. I probably could. Yeah, just so that people can see. Okay, red box is Zen. Purple box is Yang. And Haruzen. I'll just call him Haru, because adding the Zen name is just going to confuse people. And that deserves a box of something different, like yellow.
I hope Peru doesn't like the Wise Mountains. And Zen doesn't like the Imperial Province, because that's going to get confusing.
Okay. Boop, boop. Okay, Yang was Mountains of Kran. Plains of Xantar. And Haval likes Yang. And then Zen is thanks for adding the little question marks on the desert of Ruha.
Mhm.
The expansion is between Zen and Haruzen. Development's also Haruzen. No one really controls the Navy.
That makes things simple.
Defense is almost all Yang. And then each of the other courts is going to be a lot less strongly divided. Pretty
All
much
right.
the more conservative it is, the more likely it is to go with Zen, but the administration is trying to keep as out of this as possible because they just want to keep running the country. They don't really care who's in power. They just know that roads need to be constructed, trade deals need to be made. And
I would hope that all the Emperor's wives are supporting him as well.
well,
but who
a bunch
knows?
of them are arrested.
Oh, that's true. They're just the Court of Concubines is in jail. Except for
Yes.
Laura and like one other person.
Yeah, there's like 2 of us.
Nice.
There's a lot less than there used to be. The Seers Court has been kind of trying to keep out of this. The monks of the Mandate have been silent, which you think is strange given all the events, but they're likely going to make a pronouncement relatively soon. Because the monks of the Mandate, their job is to effectively make sure that the Emperor is on the right path. And see the divine signs of the gods' anger, and sometimes just ask gods directly. That's it. None of you really have much ins on the monks of the Mandate. The Black Summoner's Court is in disarray because the Black Summoner is out. Yeah, you guys are going to be trying to save the Black Summoner. And if you do so, you'll likely convert the Black Summoner's Court to whatever side you choose. You could make this very messy. Yang, thanks for adding the jail bars to the
You're
Court
welcome.
of Concubines. The Yang and Zen, no, Yang and Haruzen, sorry, Haru, I'll just call it Haru, have generally been rivals, as both are roughly the same age, within like a decade and a half of each other. Both have been rising stars in the military. Haru is very much about the expansion, but also likes doing populist policies like meritocracy in the military, and he's very much about making the most efficient, brutal machine possible to be effective at conquering. Yang very much cares more about protecting what we have existingly, limiting deaths on both sides of a conflict, and trying to just preserve the empire's borders as is.
Yang is a sweetheart.
Yeah. And General Zen is effectively the person who implements the will of the Emperor. When the Emperor said, "We're attacking the ocean," Zen jumped in to help.
Like I said, we want to get rid of Zen.
He's just a kiss ass, I guess.
I mean, Zen probably knew more about this than he let. He knew, but that the war in the ocean, he would then do other things to actually help, like stop pirate raids and do other things.
Does that mean the Navy is more Zen loyal? Or are they really an even mix?
They're really, the Navy's a rainbow mix.
Okay.
The Navy kind of its own thing because land generals are not good at naval battles. And so the Navy's kind of its own thing. So, in the Council of Nine, the sort of justice departments are split amongst the three. You're relatively certain that Yang and Haru could join forces, especially if they're both about to be accused of the same thing. But after the initial friendship, you don't know if that would fall apart.
No, it might not be a lasting peace. Yeah. All right. Is your plan to get everyone on our side and pick a side later? It seems hard to promise people anything when we haven't picked a side yet.
I'm gonna mute myself so you guys can just talk.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. But what if we have questions that only an authoritative voice like DM can answer?
Well,
what
I'll
color
still
are
be
General
here.
Zen's eyes?
Lavender.
General Zen of who's the most attractive of the generals?
Probably Haru.
Damn.
I have them built so I can answer a bunch of questions. Okay.
All right.
How many hit points did they have?
No, you don't get to ask that. Enough.
That sounds like Yang.
Yeah.
No, none is kind of conflicted because I thought originally this was going to be an easy choice because Yang and the Emperor were together. I was wrong. It's Zen and the Emperor. So now I have to choose. No, I would probably not. Emperor. Yeah. Zen is just staying loyal. No, he's not instigating the war. He's just doing his duty.
He's just the company man.
Yeah.
He's just a salary man.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And this is why we're having this discussion. You don't need to make your choice quite yet, but you definitely need to start thinking of the choice.
Mm-hmm. If we cure him, the mantle comes off, but that doesn't mean they couldn't put the mantle right back on and be a cured emperor. They were. Oh, I don't know that.
Well, it's that he would have to go through the trials again to become the emperor.
Okay.
And he's not particularly old. You just don't know that if after you beat him and then heal and then use the Bane of Artifice on him, or if you just beat him up and see if like what the fuck he's smoking. You don't know if you'll want him to be emperor.
That is
It's
like
not that he'll be. I mean, trying to cure him is still an option. If you believe that he is being influenced by an undue outside force or his
All
own
right, can you
madness.
expand the bottom down? I want to give us what our options are for, like, what the endings are here.
Okay. So let me expand the bottom.
Here, reinstate the emperor.
It's probably join the rebellion, put someone else as emperor.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there anyone else we would rather put on the throne?
No, we've got that option.
Yep.
Well, there is the true remaining bastard heir.
Mm-hmm.
But she has the. Someone's echoing. I set up the thing.
Yeah,
Regency?
Regency.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you would likely be part of the Regency Council. And it's Alexander who's echoing.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
That's okay. Just speak up and actually no, I still hear myself. Oh,
Hello.
okay. So
Better?
No.
you want to try to see if you want to put the prince on the throne?
I mean, hey, I gotta put the option there.
The
That's
prince?
gonna be a terrible idea.
I'm just saying it's one of the possible endings here.
My thing would be as the Regency, the person who started
Yes.
the Regency, that I would be
Replacement.
on the throne. In the stead of the little girl until she comes of age, and then she
Yes,
will
so
take the
replace
throne.
Emperor with heir. This is Lilar on the Regency Council,
Yes.
based in control. That's
Yep.
top
Hello.
option. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm back.
Good.
Reinstate the Emperor. Like the general as Emperor. Any one of the three could end up that, or other political figure.
Because none of you currently have direct bloodline to the current emperorhood.
But if there's no heirs,
But part of if you have the mantle of heaven, you do have the legitimacy of being an emperor / empress. Because the dynasty doesn't actually, the blood doesn't actually matter as much as the mantle. Oh, however, only you guys and a select few of the empire actually know the mantle exists.
yes, put a party member on the throne.
It's so tiny.
Of the party members, who would actually take the throne? So none probably wouldn't.
I would. Or, yeah, me.
I
Laura would. Mozgus, you? Okay.
And would Tiamos?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, Tiamos.
But Saruman?
No.
No, okay. With Shakti, we can't say.
Well, you can
I'll
put
put a-
Shakti as a question mark. I started out as a humble monster hunter. Now I'm hunting the real monsters. Politics. Vote Shakti for Empress today.
Oh no.
Oh god, you guys need to have like ads. For all the exploding volcano people, we're sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
true. Deflect.
Deflect.
Project. Yep. Obstruct.
That totally
So-
wasn't our fault. You can't prove we were there.
Now, none of the pillars can actually be emperor as part of their oath. The pillars don't want to be emperor, but they also have a lot of influence in the empire.
Oh, would Akane take on the mantle?
Akane,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, what if we just awaken Akane and whatever personality happens to come out, whether it's 3 intelligence or what, we're like, yeah, the Emperor now.
if you
It's
think
the
Akane
fairest
could
election.
survive, if you think Akane could survive the trials to becoming emperor, then sure. It's
Okay.
like, yeah. God, is this game going to end with a hyper intelligent gargantuan bird dragon?
Bird dragon.
You raised some good points.
You
I mean,
make
I
a
can
really
awaken
good
her.
point.
You've got the gold right now. I could awaken him.
Wonder what her courted concubines would look like.
So,
Is it all
dragons, birds, the occasional awkward man. What am I doing here? She's gonna crush me.
I mean, dragons seem to don't know if any part of the. Is that a fifth book of the Dragon Emperor we need to go find?
But genitals of the Dragon Emperor?
Oh boy.
No.
We'll save that for the porn parody of
Post-credits.
this.
The Ova.
God, I don't think I need a porn parody of this. Please and thank you.
Okay.
So, and I'm not busting out the book of erotic fantasy for this.
Oh no.
Okay?
Damn it.
I know. You can find it as PDF.
And what have I even been doing here all these hours?
Could have been so much fun.
I know. But we're streaming high stream. Now,
Oh, actually, Twitch doesn't know what happens after we close the Twitch thing.
true. Now, yes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So, okay, so we have the Empress Heir, we have a general or another political figure, Karen Reinstate, throwing the party members into the grindhouse of emperorhood. If one of you, Kane, yes, true.
Akane for president. Yeah.
And Kane will be like, yes, I will do your request if you can lift this object, some horrifically heavy object.
Oh, that's gonna be a great, like a, what's that called? Like meritocracy, maybe? I don't know what that
Yeah,
word means
where
actually.
it's only,
but-
can you lift, bro? Oh god, it's a
Yeah.
swallocracy.
Your status in life is determined by how much you can lift, bro.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, of course. TMOs. Oh, people will be paying you under the table to give them the strength to hold their station. Oh, so you need to literally hold your station. If you can't, like, lift up your desk, you're gone.
Bureaucracy would be strange. Now, so of those options, which is the one the party is currently leaning towards? Welcome to paralysis by analysis.
For me, it would be Regency with the second runner-up as me on the throne. Either way, it ends with me on the throne.
All right. Those both picture.
Have I done anything unreasonable to make you not trust me?
I mean, you haven't done it super.
I come
yeah.
from nobility. I
Okay.
come
What's
from...
Lola's view on gay rights?
So, Lara comes from nobility. She's, you know, she comes from a family that's ruled mountains of Cran in that kingdom. I mean, she had to be educated on it because she was the heir until she caught the eye of the emperor, who then made her the concubine.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty
So, and then as a concubine, she's in higher parts of the court than like people. She's in the emperor's court, so she knows like customs and etiquette and rules, and she's intrinsically, you know, experienced with it. She's
Okay.
not just a hooker.
Okay. And I assume that there's a similar impassioned speech that Akane will give. I am the bird that shall lift the world.
Okay. Not as good with these two. Kieran State the Emperor, replace Emperor with Heir. Those are her preferences. Everyone else want to put some check marks out?
I would like to throw out a slightly different option.
All right, go for it.
Do we think that this current political system, this political climate, is working?
Oh, disrupt it all. Democracy or whatever.
I propose
I mean,
this.
I
In my throughout the course of my relationship with Cadalatrix, I have been talking to him about the mantle. And I believe that it is possible to add people to the mantle. We don't have to have a single ruler. We don't have to have a political system where if 2/3 of the power structure, which is 2 people, fall unconscious or go mad, the entire system starts to fall apart.
What he's referring to is the Emperor and the Black Summoner both being, one being mad and the other being out of commission.
How many people would you want on this, like, council slash?
Parliament?
Yeah.
almost?
I don't know. But I think that this is a fairer solution. I also want to try to, let's say, root out some of the corruption in the current system that I personally have been witness to. I think that
It's only been like a month, but now I can't find the stupid sheet that I had all that.
but think of this, think of this, Mosgus. How long has has your organization existed?
Oh, as for the Department of Internal Harmony, hey, welcome to Ian's questions of things I haven't been asked. Well, it was likely created in the first 100 years of the Bay Empire, which was 2,000 years ago.
Do you really think that the court of the Department of Internal Harmony is doing its job in rooting out corruption? And isn't there? Look at what we ourselves do. No, I'm not saying that we should arrest ourselves or that any of that. I am simply saying that the system is rampant with political assassinations and political maneuvering that I
Have
would
you guys assassinated people that I don't know about?
wish to see an end to. I'm working on it.
I don't see why that plan is separate from what we're actually doing, but I do see how
Because I
more
believe
people on the throne share the throne. Is there
because
a limit to...
I believe that if we have more people if we have more people, a council of people who are dedicated to the well-being of the empire, that they will be more well suited to keeping the empire afloat.
Probably.
It's possible.
I feel like it might be a lot of change very, very fast. It might be something that can be eased into if we have an emperor who is receptive to that idea.
Don't go straight from absolute monarchy to constitutional democracy. You go through constitutional monarchy first. Okay, so we have the People's Council. Okay, so we have People's Council as a choice. Now, now that we've kind of, after the session, I'll put us back onto this sheet so that we can then do the votes during the week. But I do believe it's also time for us. Also, I hope people remember what color their vote thing is.
Oh, I've done all of the vote things. Don't worry about it. No one's color is anything. If the Lara's yellow.
Okay. I
get
just
red,
want
red.
to make sure that people aren't voting twice. Because that's undemocratic. I need everyone to show their driver's license so that they can register to vote. Now, political stream. Now,
All right. So don't we have to talk to Jimmy? Or we're invited to talk to Jimmy?
well, you
Remember that from
could
last
talk
session?
with Jimmy. Yeah, you totally could talk with Jimmy.
Because we're waiting the night anyways to rest
You're
our
waiting
spells
the
and get
night
another
at-
gate.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So the days it is well. It only took a few hours to help overthrow a political system across the world. So it is the afternoon, and the Dawn Caller is currently off doing her meditation / divinations. You are left in her garden, as well as Jimmy, who is currently with a very strong, squinting really hard at something in the distance. You think he's trying to meditate. Does any of you want to speak with Jimmy?
Do we know if Jimmy has had any contact with the prince at all?
You
He's
could
been on
ask
this
him.
island. I doubt it. Well, we can ask. Oh no, what was that?
It was Tron.
Godzilla is
Fucking Tron
here.
races.
Someone
Oh,
is
Tron
tweeting
races.
down his LinkedIn right now.
Well, I'm just going to put on some soothing little background music as you guys are in a soothing little place. Now, who would be approaching Jimmy? Just so I can know how he might react.
Well, none has not shared any time with Jimmy, so
No, it
Probably
would
not
be
her.
awkward for Ronan being like, "Hey, I kind of
hey there, stranger.
I kind of got your boss exiled from everywhere reputable."
Mhm.
Jimmy opens his eyes fully as Mosgus approaches and gives you a friendly wave. "Hi, scary bird man. How has the scary Birdman things been going?" He gives a semi-charming smile. You don't think you've seen Jimmy ever be semi-charming. Oh, all the time. Ko! And a flower blossoms beside him. Oh, yes, I
Can I
have.
roll some spellcrafts here?
Yeah, of
Jimmy, that
course.
was amazing.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Well, you see, I started when I was in the worm, the great Runavog, the gardener. We met different forms of myself. We had bigger Jimmy and biggest Jimmy. And then I realized, when I heard the great worm speak, that he spoke a true word of all creation. And when I focused enough on that word, I realized I could become closer to my perfect self. Also, saying the word seems to have random magical effects.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's why I
25
keep on
something?
saying the word in different ways to see what happens. Onun's spellcraft reveals that it is spontaneous divine magic.
Okay. Oracle?
Oh, Jimmy says, I think that I've gained a connection with Runavog. I can kind of sense Runavog's mood, as my soul and his have been bound in certain ways.
Are you Runavog's familiar now?
Jimmy says, I don't know what that is, but I might be.
I mean, you're
I still don't have much book learning, but I've gained a great more deal of strength. I've gone from a nothing to a something.
oh god.
Oh, wait. Let me show you what I've progressed to. It'll take. Actually, come back in a minute. You'll see what I've done. I'm a bit embarrassed to do it in front of people right now.
Okay.
You hear
The monkey is gonna peek. The monkey is gonna peek. Let me roll
the
the
monkey
stealth check.
sees Jimmy sort of standing, well, a look of intense concentration. You think it's it could be concentration, it could be constipation. Jimmy
Oh, 47 stealth. That's the
Jimmy
monkey.
does not notice. I'm not.
No one notices. The monkey doesn't even notice.
And you see, after about a minute, reality seems to shift around Jimmy, and he becomes big. Jimmy grows 2 sizes to huge, and he
Oh,
now
no.
has 4 arms. Jimmy says you can turn around now.
Oh god.
And you actually see, as Jimmy moves his arms, you actually see echoes of, like, almost after images of his arms as they move. It says, I'm getting closer to reaching the perfect Jimmy form.
How many arms does the perfect Jimmy have?
I don't know. I keep on looking into myself and keep on finding what I'm bad at and shoring it up, and I just become more.
Oh, none
I
wasn't
gained
there
the
for this drug trip?
second set of arms kind of spontaneously. I didn't even realize the other Jimmys had more than 2 arms.
Oh no.
Huh. I don't actually know how strong I am. Jimmy kind of sits down. Oh, he kind of like sits down and says, I
Do
think-
it.
Okay.
okay.
Maybe next time you'll have to. It's fine.
You start an arm wrestle competition. So roll a d20 plus your strength modifier.
Let's see. What's my strength without rage? Holy crap. Okay. 1d20 Oh,
No.
Jimmy's strength is not as much as yours, but he seems to pull out a burst of enthusiasm, and you weren't taking this particularly seriously. And Jimmy wins. But very barely. Oh, well, this
Okay.
this was the first one.
Tiamos, you can stay here. Jimmy, come with us.
Jimmy.
We're going on an adventure.
fine.
Oh.
I'll leave.
Tiamos, you go write down how your many people with the mantle thing's gonna work. We're taking Jimmy for the next adventure.
Oh, if you even joke about that, Jimmy goes, "Oh no, I've only just started finding out the depths of the perfect Jimmy. I can't leave this place of meditation and power. Also, the Dawn Caller has been fantastic. She's actually shown me how to improve myself. You see, I was not very good at anything before, so it was very easy to improve. But now that I'm slightly good at stuff, it's harder to improve. Is this what you guys have been feeling all along?" Jimmy is. Jimmy asks.
I just talk to spirits and make them do shit for me.
I just play drums.
I stab things.
It's so simple. He says, "I just need to be able to hit things."
Exactly. Hit things real good, Jimmy. Real good.
I can try. I'll ask the Dawn Caller how. And he just moves
I mean,
on.
he's only been here a week so far. Like, I know. Because it's been like 3-4 months. Real lifetime. Okay.
I
Wait,
think
okay, Jimmy, you're in touch with Runavog's emotions. What are they right now? Because the prince was saying he was tearing up the countryside. He wasn't peaceful anymore.
Oh,
Or at least more destructive than
Runavog
usual.
is not noticing anything with the prince. Runavog is both serene and has a vague awareness that some great force is coming to mess up his garden. It's very hard to decipher what Runavog's thoughts are.
Yeah,
He
the-
thinks on a much higher level than I do. I can try. What would you
The
want to
prince.
say to a being like that?
No, it was like the previous talk with the simulacrum, just so everyone's on the same page with what Onan was talking about. He was asking the party to get, or if they had got the vestment of Talmec that could calm beasts, because it was doing something odd. It was like more aggressive than usual.
Jimmy does say, the worm gazes upon the middle and to the east and west of the desert often, in great deep ponderings that I cannot fathom. That is what I know.
So it's just part of its normal behavior. This
Oh,
weird part of
no,
the year.
it has changed.
Okay.
I would allow people to roll a knowledge geography or just a raw intelligence check. To talking with Jimmy to try to figure out if it's looking anywhere in particular.
Okay, first I cast my Fox's Cunning because I have it. Get my +4 int. So that now I have. Yeah, alright.
It's the
What did I do?
modifier.
Oh,
It's a smaller number, but I will still take the 11 and add your modifier, which is +9. And so, between Tiamos and Lalara, you realize that it is gazing. It is gazing towards the ruins of Nalhun, and somewhere in the Imperial province, or somewhere effectively along. It's either through the mountains of Aval or into the Imperial land. Sort of, it's looking northwest and northeast.
Could it be the two monsters that we are planning on unleashing?
Actually, Ruins of Nelhun would be a really good place for us to have these encounters, rather than just throwing them in the desert.
For the Phoenix God thing?
Yeah. I assume people didn't, like, recolonize, like, after Hiroshima. It's just, like, an empty wasteland right now?
The ruins of Nalhun were specifically destroyed on the Emperor's orders.
Okay.
There was a firestorm that consumed anything flammable.
Alright, it seems just, fitting, though, for storytelling purposes, that we end our shit there. Not actually, like, a good, canon reason yet, but...
Okay. So, it is now time. So, unless you have more questions for Jimmy, he's going to work harder on becoming stronger in a week. As you asked.
Jimmy, would you like to feel the power of rage?
Oh. Sure. I did not think too much about your rage. It always seemed like something that important people would do. But I will feel some of the power.
I rage. And I teach him how to accept the rage into his heart.
Jimmy says, I cannot believe this. Is this what you feel like all the time?
Hell yeah!
Jimmy sort of picks up a particularly large statue, raises it up, then realizes he shouldn't have touched the statue and places it down gently. Tries to... tries to not make it mess up. Now, the Dawn Caller comes out after the statue is moved, and Jimmy gives a kind of a nervous nod and laugh and then leaves. And the Dawn Caller says, I see you've been speaking with Jimmy, dear. Have you found anything useful from him? He's changed quite a lot. Yes? I do believe that exposure to you and to the Phoenix, and specifically to Runavog, has ultimately changed the man. I've seen changes in him that I do not regularly see. A true curiosity. Now, for you going north, the armor of the Dragon Emperor, as you have told me its approximate location, appears to be in the fortress of the Order of the Spellscarred. The Spellscarred Order. They use it multiple ways. It is a research station of the Empire. It is also where an order of monks, researchers, and barbarians, anyone seeking to prove themselves against magic, goes there, so that they might accept Oh, they might test the metal. It is a place of wild magic, of demigod beasts and savage lands. It is not a nice place. I do not enjoy going there because that is where the mantle ends. Because the mantle calms wild magics. There's one particular person there, Brother Hua. He is a monk of the Mandate. He is in charge of studying the effects of the mantle in the manor wastes. You must know if he is. Speak to him. See if the mantle has been changed because of the Emperor's behavior. If it has, then we have right to worry.
Interesting. This might be like we need to challenge the Order and complete their trials to get the book thing, maybe? Or
Possibly. I didn't realize they would have the book. It's quite possible it's underneath their fortress. I think there's some kind of portal there. I don't know much about it because it's not really part of my purview.
All right. Everyone, cake time. Let's go.
Yeah.
You guys are... She creates a gate into the air about 1,000 feet above the research station / fortress.
Okay.
She says it is rude to not at least show your approach before you go down. But I also do it high enough in the air that the primal magic near the ground will not negatively react. I'd rather not have this gate create a primal magic storm.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
You guys are... She creates the gate and then ushers you through. Come now. You wanted to go here. You get on a Kane, the rock, the taxi, and you are now in the Manor Wastes.
What's it look like? What's the weather?
It was cold last time.
It is cold.
Oh, right. I have
It
endure
is-
elements for everyone.
You barely feel it through the inner elements, but it is cold. And as you look upon the land, the sun seems to be setting where on the Pillars Island it was still mid-afternoon. You see almost rainbow shifting lights high above you, and a barren, snowy wasteland below that is punctuated by fires, and by fires that seem to burn without anything. Choo-choo. Fires that seem to burn without anything, pools of acid and floating rocks. The more you look upon this land, the more you realize that it is strange. It is like every inch of this land has been hit by some kind of strange event. The fortress below, which is more of a glorified bunker, seems to have an area of stability around it. They have found some way of keeping the worst of the effects out. And they have a giant metal dome on a rocky outcropping not too far away that seems to have some strange device. You see the dome moves and the rod that is attached to it seems to be scanning over the land.
Okay. So they just got radar. Are we safe to cast spells up here, or is it?
It's more safe.
More safe, but not completely
There's
safe.
in the Mana Waste, it's almost never safe to cast.
Okay,
Be right back.
interesting. I guess I shouldn't just blow a 7th level spell. Yeah, what could go wrong?
It's a research station dedicated to the Empire, so
That's true.
Sounds fun.
you guys go down. And there's an area around the fortress that you realize, as you get close, your magic protections fail. They get suppressed. It is cold.
Yikes.
For everyone but Lalara. Lalara's fine. Actually, anyone with natural born cold resistance is fine. That's right, Cat. And so, as you approach the gates, you see two... Oh, could you mute yourself? Thank you. It's difficult to speak when I can hear myself. Echo, echo. As you approach, you see 4 people dressed in strange... Well, they're dressed in armor and they each have shields that seem to be made out of a snail's shell, but are multi-hued. Don't
Oh no.
quite understand. And one of them approaches. I guess, how close to the gates do you get? Do you actually like land on the ground and then talk with these people, or? The man who asks, a half-orc who seems to have tattoos across his face and all visible parts of his body, says, "Are you there? Oh, could you please identify yourselves?" It seems like he's trying to remember what he should say. You don't think they get... ooh. Oh, okay. You aren't talking about the little empires that these savages around here claim they have. Ah, okay. Can I ask who you are in the court? It wouldn't matter. Can you show me proof that you're from the court? Okay. The guy goes up to sort of see the badge a bit closer, but gets kind of intimidated by the fact that Akane is a massive, strong, semi-draconic bird, and says, can you state your reason why you're here? Are you here to drop off this quarter's supplies? Darn. Okay. Well, oh no, we are. It's just we usually have plus or minus a week. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's not quicker. Sometimes the supplies go missing, but we don't think it's anything malicious. We just know that it's difficult to get supplies here. I do believe the highest ranked court member here is Brother Hua. He points to one of the guards, says, "Run in, see if Brother Hua is ready. Tell him he has important guests from the court." One of the guards, a dwarf, salutes and then marches in. Says, "Well, why don't I bring you into the first hall and out of the cold, so that we might discuss things like civilized folk?" You're welcome, lords, ladies. As he goes in, you see the gate is just magically treated, actually no, alchemically treated magic resistant iron. These are just iron gates in a stone mountain. as they open, you also see layers of lead. You see layers of what you can only the very thin layer of what appears to be solidified blood, and a few other layers. You can roll spellcraft to figure out, or knowledge arcane to figure out what the blood's for.
Knowledge arcane.
Knowledge arcane or spellcraft.
Spellcraft it is.
Okay.
I actually understand some of this stuff because of Ian telling me meta, or not meta stuff, but yeah, the general stuff he talks about.
This you correctly identify that as Medusa blood.
Yeah, I
Medusa
guess.
blood has a strange quantity where it blocks incorporeal beings from walking through. So, stops ethereal and incorporeal things. So it stops ghosts and other things that would just walk through walls normally. And so if the gate has that, this is a really protected place. You imagine the lead is for divination, and the other layers are just to protect it from the weather and outside intrusion. It is a cramped little space, but it is inside. You do see murder holes on top. You see arrow slits in the side. This place is meant to be easily defended. However, it seems like it's relatively relaxed, as you guys have proven yourselves to be from the court. About 10 minutes later, the guard returns and says, "Brother Hua will see them in the meeting room. I am to show them there." He beckons, the dwarf beckons you to follow, and you're led through a small maze of kind of tight, compact corridors until you are. You can use magic inside the fortress once you pass the second gate. Sort of, you guys kind of can breathe a sigh of relief as your rings of sustenance start working again. Your vests and your kind of Christmas tree of magic items starts reacting again. And Brother Hua is you're led to a room that is styled like a regular like a tea house in the capital, and has paintings on the wall where the windows would be that show it to be like a spring summery day. It's actually rather pleasantly warm in this room, and you see an old elf. You can tell its age. It has lost some of its vitality. Sitting on a pillow with what appears to be a teapot, a beer pitcher, and a bottle of wine. He goes, It's not often I get visitors from the court. Can I ask who told you my name? I'm not on any of the official registers. Takes a sort of look at you. What do you guys were told about him by the Dawn Caller.
Yeah, but the assistant also mentioned it by name.
Ah! I will have to tell him to not mention my name directly.
Oh, that wasn't the first time we heard your name.
Oh.
One of your
hear it from?
larger, more golden friends told us about you.
He scrutinizes you a bit and says, "Ah, well." He like kind of pulls he pulls some of the upholstery around, and he fumbles around. He seems to find a cord. And the room becomes darker. The painted windows have like a sheet of some kind of metal come down to protect, and there's some mechanical rumblings. It says, "Now the room is secure. Now, if you have truly heard my name from her, then I imagine you'll have some questions about topics that are not public knowledge. What do you want to know? And what do you know already?" Ah, this place has more than a few books. Most of them were in a keep that was lost in a magical accident about roughly 300 years ago. We were safekeeping a book. Oh, many books. Which book in particular are you looking for? Oh, a rare one indeed. Sadly, that was incorporated into the tower accident. It might still be in the tower, or it might have been eaten by the All Gobbler.
The All Gobbler.
Why, yes, it is. To explain it simply, it is. Do you know of an item called the Bag of Devouring?
Kinda.
It looks like a bag of holding, but instead has nasty teeth. And eventually, when you try to put your hand in to pull something out, it will just eat whatever is put in. The All Gobbler is the largest manifestation of a bag of devouring we have ever seen. We do believe that it is actually not. Its stomach leads directly to a demi-plane filled with, well, everything that's put into bags of devouring. We have sent one or two people in there, and we sent 3 people in at one point, and 2 of them returned, and they told us it was a place of trash. Giant heaps of cosmic refuse. We also recently lost an associate there. Mainly because we had a problem with a primal magic event enchanting an ass to grow too big.
Sorry, what?
An ass? Like a
donkey, yes.
Okay.
It was Lang. The donkey was called Lang, and it started to continually grow. And several people who were too afraid to just unleash this rapidly growing ass into the manor waste, not knowing if there was an upper limit to its size, instead threw the ass into the All Gobbler. And one of their associates, who was particularly fond of that donkey, tried to go and rescue it and study it as well. Ashika was her name, a powerful oracle, spells god, just like our order, just how we like him. He laughs at a joke that it seems like he only truly understands the context too. And we haven't heard from her since, but since her life stone hasn't broken, we assume that she's still alive in the All Gobbler's realm. We try not to go to that destroyed tower. Oh, it's at the bottom of the tower. If you get too close to it, it has tentacles that draw you in. Oh, we tried. They grow back. Oh, we've tried. It is a portal to another realm. It's not really a living creature. And it's fueled by the primal magics around. If we
So if we
properly
take
anti-magicked everything, it might stop functioning. But
That doesn't help
that's
us
far
get the
too
book.
expensive. I do believe the book is in the All Gobblers realm.
Okay. No problem. Just go into another plane of existence made of trash. And head up. And how do we get out? Just the portal? Is the portal 2 ways?
Oh, the portal opens when it opens its mouth, yes.
So we can go
we
in and then back
we
out
know
again.
that there are multiple portals inside the All Gobbler, and they lead to other places that are unfortunate enough to have a portal to it.
Okay.
Could lead
Next
almost
question.
anywhere.
That sounds like an entire campaign, actually.
However, having done this before, we do know that even if the portal's position within the realm of trash changes, if we just feed through bits, a very long chain of colorful string, yes, my old age makes me forget. You just look at whatever portal opens that has string of that variety coming through, and then you fly back out and hope you aren't crunched on the way through.
Sounds great. Okay. Is there any observed, like, timey-wimey bullshit where we're going to go in there for 6 minutes and it's going to be 6 days and the world is over?
Oh no, it's a 1-for-1 time thing. We did our research.
Awesome. Good.
Just don't spend too long there. It is a realm of trash.
Is there weather?
I guess if a continual trash storm is your cup of tea. Also, don't touch the very bottom. Things tend to get eaten,
Well,
dissolved. We theorize that this is a massive creature that just has multi-dimensional mouths and a particularly heinous name.
okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
do you actually say that out loud? Oh, we actually think that Runavog at one point had an all-gobbler portal, and then defeated it through means unknown. We think, well, if it doesn't leave this room, we got some of the original, we got a copy of the original research notes on the creation of Runavog. Right out
Oh,
of the
God.
deserts. It was lost in the tower explosion. But I did
Okay.
see them, and they tried to put an old gobbler portal into its stomach so that it would continuously eat and never grow full. Now, I do not know. We know that Runavog hasn't eaten the desert yet, so we know that the portal has either been tamed, shut down, or is merely content. We don't know how Runavog has done this, and to experiment, you'd have to go inside Runavog, and who would be crazy enough to go inside Runavog?
So that means there are 2 exits we could use.
Well, one could be in Runavog still, yes.
Just saying, do the other exits go to other planes, or are they?
Oh, we suspect some go through other planes or go to places where you don't want to go. Like one portal we observed had a continuous fall of magma when it was open.
Hmm.
Another, water from the river Styx. So yes, they can go to other places.
Okay.
That's why we have string.
Well,
It's a low-cost solution to a wickedly difficult problem. And
Well-
being on a base like this, you need low-cost solutions.
Yeah. So can you guys just make sure you're constantly feeding through string and we don't run out?
Oh, we have a robe of infinite colored string. Wait. Oh, well, eventually the string will be cut off as the portal will close in a jarring, annihilating, closing mouth action.
But we'll
But
keep eating more.
When it opens, we'll keep on feeding string through. You are not the first. You will not be the last. Oh, the mouth will close even if it doesn't have tentacles. But if you're actually going into it, the tentacles won't do anything. It's only for people trying to escape. Oh, I suppose so. Do you not have freedom of movement or something of the like?
Not on the moment. I want to spend another day sleeping.
Well, then you'll just have to merely destroy the tentacles. Ah! I think I have a solution. We have an initiate here who wishes to prove himself. We will dangle him over the tentacles and he'll keep chopping them off. Yes. That's why we kind of viewed the tentacles as an undealable hazard. The tentacles aren't even really real, they're more manifestations of hunger and greed. It is strange. But many of the things in this world are strange, says the old elf. We don't know. Although at one point we did feed the tentacles to the portal. It was funny, but it didn't ultimately destroy them. We might have to try a knot tying thing.
Okay.
Oh,
let's
you're
go.
helping advance research as we speak. I'm, of course, not physically going. I'm far too frail.
All right, then, to Trashland. What a fun adventure. Do we have a good plan to find the book?
Oh,
I guess.
just to let you know, if the book is truly an artifact, it will likely not be destroyed.
Oh, no,
And
but I mean, it's under a pile of burning trash or unburning trash, whatever.
dissolving.
Just general trash. Dissolving trash, yeah.
Well, do you have a spell to locate an object?
Not at the moment. I don't know. I thought we were just going to fight a bunch of people in a tower.
Oh, not everything is fighting, my dear. Some of it is delving into deep, dank, dark places.
All I've got is combat spells. It's the worst.
Huh. Adventurers nowadays. Not everything needs to die, and if it does, you can rely on your comrades there with the big scary weapons.
Well, I'm mostly to make them not die. It's my combat spells.
Oh, fine. Regardless. Yes, you might be lucky enough, and there are locals who live in there.
Oh, wait.
You could ask
none
Larry, the lizard man.
None has scent for precious metals, and I hope other valuable things.
Oh yeah, the dragon's
Odin has the eye.
You would actually be able to, if you got close enough to the book, you could probably sense it.
Okay, excellent. Yep. So maybe we could like just invert it for a bit and have everything spit out random directions.
Oh, you wouldn't want to do that. Have you ever seen what turning that dimension inside out would likely destroy a certain radius around every portal that has come into existence around it? It would be not good.
Fair point.
Also, you would likely lose your book. somewhere in the multiverse. And then the gods would point at you and laugh. Ha ha! You lost your book.
Is that the sound they made when you lost your book?
Oh, I didn't care about that book, but I do believe it is the sound they made when I lost my favorite book. He thinks forlornly.
That's
A
so
haunted
sad.
book. It was a book that was also lost in that tower explosion.
What kind of book was it?
Oh, it was The Indestructible Book of Destructible Things. It was my favorite bedtime reading because it would add a new page for everything new that could be destroyed that was created. It was an endlessly entertaining book. Oh, yes, it is a very big book.
Okay, it might be easier to just find
but
that
it
book.
also the pages kind of fuse together magically. I can still hold it. It's just
Okay.
a very big book, and I lost it in the tower explosion. A single tear rolls down his eyes.
And if we do this side quest for you and retrieve your book, I assume you'll have arms and armaments and other cool things you'll give us equal to that other kingdom we saved a while ago. Give us like a big old weapon that can kill phoenix gods.
Oh, why would you want to kill phoenix gods? No, if you come up. He looks at you and says, I'll give you some insight. If you find it, I'll give you some insight as to what the monks the Mandate are about to do with all the chaos that's happening down south.
That'll work. All right. Let's go. Portal time.
Good luck finding the books. The young man gives. Oh yes. He pulls whatever lever he did, and the room becomes unsecured. And he just rings a bell. A young-faced, like 3-foot-tall halfling lady comes in, says, "Yes, esteemed brother." And he's like, "Please show them how to get eaten." And the halfling looks a bit confused, like, "Oh, wait. Show them the path to the destroyed tower, but don't go in yourself. It is too dangerous. Also, tell the captain of the guard," I'm forgetting which generation this one is, "that we are to tie the tentacles this time. Find the best tire." And so, you guys are led through the maze of the fortress to what appears to be there is a gate very similar to the one that was to the gate to the outside that they've installed on the inside here. They open the gate, and it is a dusty, disused place. It's not a happy place. Oh yeah, Shakti is in the capital, actually dealing with her job. That's what we're going to be saying is happening
All right.
here. Yeah. If you guys don't get, defeated by the All Gobbler. Yeah. Okay. Come with me and you'll see a room of blackness. Don't worry, I'm going to reveal. You're eventually led to a tower that top left should see your stuff. Do people see it? Okay, great. Oh yeah, the cannon is not there. You guys don't permanently get a cannon on a Kane.
We had to give it back. Yeah, after saving her country, she's like, all right, we'll do everything in our power. Hey, is that my cannon? Give that back. Put that down. Bad Kane.
It's more like you guys would run out of ammunition.
Oh, maybe.
And you need someone who's actually trained to use it. So you are led by the halfling who stands at the doorway to say, you will find a screen there. To remove the screen, place it gently beside the hole, and that's where you'll be able to get through. We're just really cautious because we've had recent incidents of a giant ethereal crab. Don't worry, it will not likely be interested in you. Are any of you wearing the color blue?
I mean, the monkey. No, wait, the monkey colored himself black because it's his morning attire.
Not really.
We're all still mostly in morning attire. I think the monkey still has some blue trimmings, but he's just gonna like slick his hands back over that and whoosh, black precipitation.
Yeah, okay. Okay, because the crab reacts to the color blue. It's just a safety precaution. I'm sure the crab won't be not too dangerous.
I'm really glad none of us have any of those Javedak scales. That was the blue dragon from several. It was like a year and a half ago at least. Yeah, just for the people listening at home.
Yeah. So, do you guys go down the hole? You find yourselves. Oh wait, reveal areas. It's kind of hard to show true verticality here, but this appears to be this was once a library. All the books, lots of the books are strewn. Some of it's just a pile of books. And you see at the edge, at the left end of the room from where we're looking, there's just a hole that leads down. Do you want to search this room for stuff, or do you think that that there'd be nothing here?
Is there anything gold valuable?
I'll
Precious
roll a
metal?
perception check.
No, I didn't know it worked that way. All right.
Anyone
Oh, wait.
can.
My perception is 22, and it might be the bonus from my heightened awareness. I have one right now. I might just quickly find that. Heightened awareness. And +2 from that, yeah.
Okay.
Damn, we have ridiculous perception in this.
Ah. You start just looking through. And you find you're doing as quick a scan as you can. Onan does not smell anything particularly valuable. You smell you do smell some gold, but when you pull it up, it's just a book that actually had like a gold coin someone was using as a
I'm
book.
gonna add to my sheet 1 gold.
Okay, please do.
Gold earned is gold saved. Gold saved.
As you go through, some of these are a bunch of them are research reports. They're strange goings of like people's research as to what the primal magic has been doing. These are not the books you're looking for.
It'd be great if we just came down here and like that guy was wildly misinformed.
Okay, assume that you go down the hole to the next level.
Yep.
Okay. You see the supports of this floor. There's a pile of books that evidently came from the level above. This is likely where there was like a ladder or staircase that has fallen through. You see a wooden support beams that are kind of clinging on, and you hear a sort of a gnawing, gnashing sound from below. You also hear from the top, said, "Damn, they've already gone down already? Okay, Send the team. We're going to have to do the tentacle tying after they go through.
All right.
Hey, you guys didn't wait for them to try to tie the tentacles.
That's all right. Yeah. Won't attack us if we're going through.
When you look below, you can finally look below here. It's several layers below. You see there's no red blood there, but it's the most Maw-iest Maw I could find. There is a gigantic opening and closing Maw there. And when you look through, when it opens, you do see a kind of like light coming from the back of its mouth. You think that's probably the portal. There are lazy tentacles that kind of wave around, and as you guys look at it, it seems to start to notice you.
Let's go.
They're broken beams and the occasional stone jutting. You'll be able to easily navigate through. It seems like people created a series of small platforms so that they could willingly come down. That was likely what they did for the experiment, and that's likely where people are going to be stationed to help tie up the tentacles for your guys' return. But there's nothing really important between this platform and the Maw. That's up to the party.
No, they can probably.
Yeah.
They'll be fine, probably. I don't think the tentacles are that important. Oh, maybe. Those are actually really big tentacles. Oh, man. I mean, yeah, I guess. It's the nice thing to do.
Okay. So you fly down, and I guess, is Akane just going to start rolling grapple checks while the rest of the party kind of hangs off in bags and tries to tie ropes? Do you guys even have rope? Oh, they have a robe of infinite time, but you guys could wait for them to bring it. Okay. You see a group of 6 pretty burly men and women, humans, half-orcs, a lizard person, and what appears to be a particularly angry gnome. And they have brought the robe of multicolored twine. It is a hideous, hippie tie-dye looking robe that just has a piece of... It's made of twine, so it's not comfortable to wear. So they put it around the angry halfling who's just really annoyed. And then they use the twine to tie the halfling to a rafter above. And then they start pulling the twine. The robe never seems to... It is a robe of endless twine. And twine just starts coming down. You guys can ask what you want, and I'm going to say that because you waited, you guys won't have to roll combat checks to force the tentacles. Between Tiamos and Akane, you guys can grapple the tentacles. So...
By waiting in the game, we save time in real life. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Boo.
On through the portal.
Okay, you go into the portal. It is a strange gray twilight of trash. It's just sort of you come down through a portal and you see it close above you, and you see just like the twine kind of just start floating down, and then you see the portal open about 40 feet away and more twine come in. This is a large land of trash. You can't actually see the end of it until you realize when you look. Actually, roll perception. My God, Alexandra.
Wow. Saving
You
all
have
your
yet
good
to
rolls
roll
for
below a
perception.
19 today. You guys realize that off in the distance you see yourselves. Roll knowledge of the
Interesting.
planes.
Oh, there's planes. Okay.
Ha!
With no bonus, you're better than us. 19 again.
She also has a +4 to her intelligence, so. You guys realize that this is a small plane, and it actually wraps around itself. But you see yourselves as kind of specks in the distance. It's only because you guys rolled so well that you even saw yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now that distracting yourself from the fact that you're seeing yourself, you're actually seeing the back of your head. You see the back of your head again.
Okay, let's do a race. Okay. Kong, go get him. Kong is gonna go as fast as he can. How long does it take? It's full of run.
Well, you're distracted by the sight of a massively gigantic goat that
no.
looks very incongruous to this whole demiplane.
Okay, how massive is this? Is this like Runavog massive, or is this like?
This is between like Dawncaller and Runavog, somewhere
Okay.
in between.
That's still. Well, I mean,
It's probably best with a visual.
That's a big ass.
the good thing is, it's oh my god.
Zoom out for full effect.
Wow.
You also see a woman meditating in a tent that has been set up on top of the donkey.
Oh, I was about to start throwing lightning bolts at this. I forgot about the lady and the. Okay, yeah.
So you see the so you guys probably aren't quite at the ass yet. It is the ass, however, seems to be like you can visibly see it grow, but then you see part like you can hear a sizzling from down below. So it seems like its growth is kept in check by the devouring floor. It
That sounds really bad.
it seems to have. You aren't hearing cries of pain from it, but
So
you
like
do
its
see a
feet are
woman.
sinking into the acid, but it's getting bigger, so its height is not changing, but it's just getting wider and like more of a torso. Is that what's happening?
Well, its feet are also growing too, but the growth rate of the feet is matching the dissolving power of the floor.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Please continue.
You do see a woman next to it, like she has a tent. She's meditating. It's a Tengu woman. And she seems to just be raven person for people who don't know what Tengus are. And she seems to be floating slightly off the ground as she meditates. Are you guys going to approach?
I guess so.
Okay. So you approach. I guess, how far do you actually, like, where do you actually stop and say hello? Because it's generally not polite to just swoop in on someone. You there, hello! We are a party of adventurers on a giant bird. Do not feel threatened.
And I assume no one's going to just shout out nice ass as we descend, right?
I mean,
I just want to make that option clear and let you guys think if that is within your characters. You know.
I'm good.
All right. We're good. I guess we'll just say hello.
Okay. You stop 30 feet out. Close enough. So hello, she kind of startles. She's a bit startled and then open her eyes. She says, "Oh, you must be very lost to be here. Not many people come here willingly." Oh, I should introduce myself. My name is Ashika. I am the, I guess, keeper and doctor to this rather large donkey. I am of the spell-scarred order, but I will return once my duty here with this donkey is done. She gives the donkey a pat. You don't think the donkey notices. Ah, I am not forgotten then. Oh, well, this mighty fine donkey keeps me safe, but I am also helping it through the end of its existence. The growth magic that has been used on it is not suitable for it to continue living. Creatures should never get this big without, well, this donkey was never meant to be so big. I have
Aw.
cast numbing spells so that it will not feel pain.
Poor thing.
She sort of pats it. Says it is a sad fate, but I went in here to ensure that its final days were, oh, as nice as it could be. This creature did not ask for a magical storm to hit it, but it also did not deserve a cruel fate. Now, I assume that are you here to try to bring me back? I'm not quite done yet. My duty still remains.
Not specifically to get you back.
Oh, then why would you come to this terrible place?
Looking for a book?
Oh,
A couple books, in fact.
oh, well, there's quite a lot of stuff here. What books are you looking for? I might be able to help. Oh. Oh, you speak.
Yes.
Oh, you're speaking about Brother Why's book. Well, you see, there's only one being here that actually cares about things of value, and that is I do believe his name is Larry. He is a lizard man. He has tried to hit on me, but I have chosen to stay here on this magnificent creature instead of interact with him. She points roughly towards the highest pile of trash. He has created some kind of den over there. As for the dragon book, I do believe I have that in my possession. And seeing, yes, it fell onto the donkey. Well, the donkey was eating things and it got stuck in its throat. Well, its teeth. She sort of like points towards it. This place does not have the food to sustain a creature of this size. But the book was indestructible. So I kept it, assuming that I could use it to barter for help. I will give you this book because I can see that you're quite powerful enough to likely take it from me if you were so inclined. But I would give you this book if you helped me help this donkey pass on. I wish to give it a painless death, but currently all I can do is numb it.
Are you asking us to kill a giant donkey?
Yes. Well, it was a normal donkey that was part of one of the savage kingdoms that it was owned by a farmer in one of the savage kingdoms around our fortress. It was struck by a peculiar series of primal magic events who we do not believe will happen in coincidence at the same point at the same time as the living creature again for some time. It was quite a rare event. But once it was struck, this creature was stuck to continually growing. We were given the donkey when it was roughly 15 feet tall. And we tried to reduce its size, but the effects never stayed. We tried to put into anti-magic, but it worked, but we don't have that many truly anti-magic places around the fortress. And if it would wander, it would grow as if to catch up to where it is supposed to be, almost. And so some of my order decided to dispose of it, because the tribes were getting angry and wanting it back. I presume they meant to use it as an engine of war or as a giant feast. I do not know which. But my order members, some of the younger order members who have been disciplined, have sent the donkey here, and I decided to stay here to ease its suffering until it could pass on. And then I would return to my order and I would discipline the youngsters again. Some of the people we get at our fortress are part of these savage kingdoms, and they let their tribal loyalties dictate their actions instead of the glory of the empire.
All the shackles. Anti-magic shackles. All right. Okay, I'm sorry, I stole it from you. Also, if need be, unless an extreme amount of reach, he can just be far away and I can lightning storm it to death. Well, to unconsciousness.
Wait, lightning storm it?
Okay, so I have a spell called Call Lightning Storm where every round I just snap my fingers and a lightning thing comes down. And it's really efficient for spell slots versus damage, and it's really long range. So I have 2 of these prepared. I just go snap, snap, snap for about, 30 rounds, and the thing dies.
I mean, it might also catch on fire. Do we have shavers? We have to shave it first.
Yeah, okay, fine. I don't see how we're, unless it shrinks back to size, I don't see how we're getting it back into the portal. Okay. Well, let's give it a try.
It does not notice as it has been numbed.
Okay.
Ah, her tent folds up. Like she snaps her. She just kind of takes the tent and just quickly rolls it up, and then kind of floats onto your bird. Oh, you have to go to front. There. Too much bird. Too much ass, really. Swole size. Okay. I guess Tiamos. Are you going to spell sender?
Yes, I'm going to spell sender.
You
Oh,
rage.
let me give you fortune. I have that thing. You get 3 roll.
I'm gonna strength surge as well.
Oh, you don't need 3 roll.
Hell yeah!
Okay. Tiamos, breaker of bonds and, just magical curses. This is not the first curse you have broken. And you don't think it'll be your last. You move your hammer and, Ashika seems to not know exactly what you're going to do. You bring your hammer down and metaphysically hit the magic because you aren't actually hitting the donkey. Your hammer stops before, and you see the magic from around the donkey start sort of unraveling as it starts rapidly shrinking in size.
We gotta catch that. All right.
And I can actually do shrinking, possibly. Okay. It's very.
Does anyone have a slide whistle? Perfect.
That is still a very big donkey. There you go.
And the donkey seems very confused right now. You don't think a donkey's brain was never meant to handle being that big and then being small again. She seems relieved and says, "Do you know if that will be permanent?"
Oh yes.
Shh. So are you gonna make a collar of an anti-magic shackle? Okay.
Like both on one arm or something, not like actually shackling the poor donkey.
We're gonna leave the really powerful
We aren't streaming?
manacles with him.
What?
We're,
Someone mentioned streaming.
we're gonna leave the anti-magic
You are
Okay, good.
manacles on this donkey.
forever? I guess so.
Well, it becoming big. If it becomes big outside of the fortress, it might be abused or used as some engine of war in the savage kingdom.
Or might just trample the world. It doesn't stop growing.
Hey, Don Collar, here's a great ass.
Well, see, this reminded.
We
You have
always
so much in
thought that you
common. This is a Don key. You're a
massive.
Don collar. Oh God.
Yes.
What? She isn't laughing, I am. I'm just trying to imagine, like, you guys trying to explain everything that has happened to a point to, like, an outside observer. And this, like, okay, so at one point we got really high and we connected with Runavog, went inside, got a book from
Okay.
Runavog, but then our companion, who we met a future and a future possible selves of, then went.
Okay,
Yeah, you guys
let's
sound crazy.
let's just take a moment and appreciate Mosgus worships a god of insanity, and maybe this whole campaign is just in his head.
That's true.
Dude, just like how the World of Darkness campaign ended with, okay, let's redo it. This campaign could end up with Moscas's bad nightmare.
Akane is the pigeon that. Yeah, Akane is the pigeon that Mosgus nursed back to health in the dark alley somewhere.
No, I don't want. This game is not going to be a fucking, like, an Oscar movie, like, emotional knife
Okay.
twist thing.
Let me just ask you
okay?
this, Mosgus, can you cast Detect Madness on yourself? Like, do you need a mirror? Does the cone include yourself? I don't understand how it works. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
When was the last time you were checked?
When was the last time you had a psych eval?
Okay. Now that we've got this ass under control. I guess so. Bring him back, drop him off, go back in for the bookbinding journey. And to talk to
Okay.
the lizard guy, I guess?
Are you going to just talk with Larry now? Okay, she guides you to the mound of stuff, and you see a hastily it's like someone took a sheet of metal and just used something crude and like scratched a sign.
Ian, what's
and
the
what
weather
it-
like here?
And
What's
what
the
it's
sky
like
like?
is Larry's lounge.
Oh, God.
And and as you approach, you see you didn't know a lizard person could look sleazy. But this lizard person looks sleazy. And you see that he has a shirt on, but it doesn't really cover much of his upper body. And he does seem to have like a loincloth. And he goes, "Hey, what brings you to Larry's lounge?"
So I want to know what this game was.
It's Google Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the pictures right now. It's a little questionable.
And he's like, oh, I see. Ashika has finally decided to finally visit me again. And I see you've brought your ass too. It's a bit smaller than what I remember. He looks at the donkey with scrutinizing lizard, his lizard eyes scrutinizing. How can I help you fine folks? He's like checking all of you out.
Can I smell gold in this place?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Can I smell where it is? Perception check?
You just know that there's a scent of it inside.
Okay.
The scent thing is you'd have to be a bit closer to pinpoint.
Okay.
Also, everything here smells like terrible trash. So-
Yeah, it's not a great place to first try out your ability to smell gold.
No. Do you guys go into Larry's lounge? You-
Sure.
You go in, and it is just it's like someone took a bar, but they have no liquor, so there's no like bar. There's just seats and what appears to be like a slightly raised platform that would be the stage, and just all along the walls are just the prettiest pieces of trash Larry has been able to find. And he's like, I used to have more people here, but it's hard to keep people inside the all gobbler, you know. Because I can't leave, and everyone who can leave has never brought me.
That's so sad. Oh, Larry.
Well, I'm a lady killer. He gives them finger guns. And then realizes his joke really didn't go far. He means that he's really good with women. He hasn't actually killed anyone. You see, I'm criminally good looking.
I'm gonna throw you.
He is lying. He is not criminally good looking. You're pretty sure that he's done petty. It's you get the hunch that he's done petty thefts and crimes, but nothing to really warrant an exile into Trashland. You think, however, that he might have rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And Larry
I
goes,
can't even imagine why.
you see, I was in one of the big cities, and there's a thieves guild that knows where one of the portals are. And they threw old Larry in here after they had a disagreement with how Larry, with how I was talking to some of their organization members. We had a small disagreement. They couldn't take a joke. I got thrown into a goblin portal.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, what are the Savage Lands? And Ashika says, oh, a place where people like you can get all they deserve. Larry's like, you meta-wise, you know that Ashika has the dragon tome. You're looking for the indestructible book of destructible things. You're looking for like an iron-bound book. Oh, so you're looking for a book. Is it that one? He points towards a iron-bound book that happens to be on his display of gaudy things. It does seem to be a list of indestructible things when you open it. It weighs heavily in your hand, and you're pretty sure that this thing will never break. Just holding it, you have that knowledge that you actually realize it is an intelligent item that wants to break everything. But it's just a book, so it can't. So
Okay.
it lists everything that it thinks you'd like breaking.
Tiamos.
I like it.
Okay.
It tries to sense, and it brings. Oh, you found the little Easter egg. Yeah, it brings up a picture. So did he say Phoenix Queen or the Phoenix Regale? What are you looking for exactly? Okay, so you find Phoenix scepter, and you see like angry, the picture of like angry god, and it like breaks. You see a list of things. It actually is a sadly small list. It's sufficiently powerful god, the Bane of Artifice, and the Phoenix willingly allowing itself to be destroyed.
That seems likely.
And you see one last bit of thrown into the All Gobblers realm and kept there for 10,000 years.
Huh.
Turns out the All Gobblers realm will eventually destroy anything thrown in here. It just might take a very long time. You have no idea.
Okay. Ian.
Yeah?
I would like to use my knowledge of engineering, my smithing, my whatever, to take this book and make a hammer out of it for Tiamos. I'm sorry, we couldn't find it.
So you want to create
No. Okay, this is me speaking meta. Lawful None doesn't want to do anything of that sort, but you will convince her very easily. Because you are Tiamos.
Hey, Onan, I
Yeah?
just had the best idea.
Okay. Lay it on me. I like ideas.
That book wants to destroy everything, right?
That's so sad. That poor book, unable to destroy anything. But
we
wants
could
to.
we could use it. We could make it into a hammer.
My goodness, that's brilliant. But that poor man also wants this book. Maybe we could arrange some sort of way to share it.
I mean, yeah, we could pay him for it.
It was his favorite book, though. I can't
Or we
replace
could
that kind of emotion.
tell him that we didn't find it.
Yeah, Larry's like, Larry always said it's a book, if you know what I mean. He
I
tries to
don't.
do
I
it
really don't. And I don't
I
want
really
to.
don't want to know what you mean, Larry.
Larry does not have the eyelid to actually. He has an invisible eyelid, like a lot of reptiles do. So you think he's winking at you, but you don't know if he is.
His sideways, clear eyelids wink at you.
He starts realizing that his innuendo is failing. He starts digging through and he says, well, there's this. He shows, and it is a book of Auntie Zazak's cooking, home plain cooking recipes. You have no
don't get
idea
that
where
reference.
Zizak is.
I'm
Now, if
gonna
the
do
prince
a
were still in
knowledge
the party, he would
planes.
need that for his restaurant. But the prince is elsewhere,
Oh,
suspiciously.
Zizak, you think is one of the layers of the abyss.
Nice.
It's a demon cookbook.
We can
Cool.
totally give that to him.
He starts gathering stuff up. It takes him about 5 minutes of digging through stuff, but he seems to find what he views as the most valuable things. Strangely enough, there is a lamp that is like an ever-burning torch at the top, but otherwise it's a lady's leg. It's a statue of a lady's leg. there just seems to be magical kind of creepy into items, and he does have a pouch of that clinks. You assume that is various currencies from various places that have fallen in here. Yeah, you realize that most of this is actually trash. Like, even the stuff he chose is really tasteless. And you do find, however, that there was a dirty scepter that actually had some actual gems. Once you brushed the grime off of it, you just saw this tiniest glint. So it's not a magical scepter, it's just has cash monies. And so you take the scepter. Larry kind of looks at you and just seems to be happy that he's not going to be in Trashland anymore. But however, immediately he kind of sidles over to Saruman and sort of goes, "Hey, how you doing? Something that Larry can help you with?" She glares at him. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I thought you were just gonna like turn
And
invisible.
pulls out a knife.
That works.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, I'm not quite into that kind of stuff, so I'm just gonna mosey on away." I did not come here to be that kind of fillet today. So do you guys try to find the portal that has twine in it?
Yep.
From it? You eventually, it takes about 20 minutes of trying, but eventually catch the portal where the twine is through while it's still open. And roll a fly check to get through without being crunched. Or a ride check. You do the ride as you're guiding Akane's movements. You managed to avoid the crunch. That was kind of your like AC, but versus the touch crunch attack of the portal. Because I knew your regular touch AC was awful. And you come through, and there is a crew of these spell-scarred people who look very surprised as Ashika and a normal-looking ass. comes out of the portal. Also, just like the really awkward lizard man. As you go through, you start going up. You notice no one's wearing blue. You get up to past the tower, and at just beyond the boundary is your brother Huai. He says, "Oh, were you successful?"
Yep. In pretty much any way you could consider success.
Well, that's good. Did you find my book? Oh, that's wonderful.
We may have temporary greater need of it.
His happy expression starts souring. He says, "And what would this great need be?"
This book has you have a dream of having this book back. This book has a dream of crushing things, and we're going to make that dream real. And later, we'll make your dream real too.
Oh, so is this some kind of unnamed IOU? We have to save the world kind of thing. Oh, I was missing that recipe book as well, but it was of lesser importance. And also, it's questionable taste, but has the greatest spicy tortilla recipe you'll ever find.
How many souls are in it?
Oh, none. That's why.
Wow.
It's the only recipe in that book I can use.
Excellent.
I had forgotten if it was 2 cups of. He rattles off an obscure plant, or if it was 3 cups of another. And each time I try to experiment, I always get it wrong. It's a very temperamental tortilla.
Right then. Okay, I guess we have to
He
decide
takes the
whether we
book and
want.
he says, "Well, I'm going to need some assurances that
Yes.
I will get my indestructible book back."
You will. On the word of the 2 lawful characters in the party, you'll get your book back.
Well, I always knew it had a dream. And I thought it might be happy in a trash realm where it gets to see things be destroyed every day. But I do believe that if you're friends with our scaled friend, you might even have greater use for it than I. Yes. Also, I use it on the shitter.
Great.
What more do I need to get through the pains of age than watching things and knowing things how they're destroyed? It also helps that my research is generally destructive. You can tell that he's not all there, but he's not insane. He's lived a long life, and he is a researcher of wild magic. Now, go on before I regret it too much. Take the book, and even if I'm in my old age and relatively near death's door as an elf can be, I'll still outlive most of you.
All right.
What, you have at most like 100 years? Points towards Hunan.
Hey, dragon. Probably gonna live forever, maybe? I don't know how this works.
Oh, I didn't realize that you... was it your mother or your father who fucked the dragon?
Okay, Discord lost all of that.
Oh, you lost it? It was fantastic comedic timing. I
Oh
asked,
god.
was it your mother or your father who fucked the dragon?
Neither. Neither. Adopted.
Well, then, if you're adopted, you're hardly a dragon, aren't you?
Gee, got the scales, got the eyes, got the. Okay, she shouts the word law at the ceiling, and just splinters go out. She's just real dragon.
Holy shit! you just breathe wood? Like you just shoot splinters?
Well,
How
welcome.
does that not destroy your throat? He just seems to be like poking at your throat and seeing if like wood comes out of it.
Magic. It's magic. It's dragon magic.
Oh god. Please leave.
All right.
I can't deal with this kind of stuff. I'm dealing with stuff that doesn't make sense, and we're in a stable magic place, and you're doing things that doesn't make sense.
Okay. Also, I did not prepare to teleport to get out of this, so if that gate is not still up, I guess Lalara can try and teleport us out.
Yep.
Okay.
It just
Lovely.
goes sufficiently high. So high, high above me. So... I just leave Larry with, and you like the moment you leave Larry, you see him turn to like the nearest dwarf guard and make some kind of comment, and then you just see the dwarf get like kind of offended and then like meet at him. Like
Good.
So, let's play some bets. How long until he's back in that portal?
Like 5 minutes.
Okay.
I
Super.
just said your beard looked like a woman's. And the dwarf is like, well, he's right, but that doesn't mean I can't be offended.
All right.
So I assume you fly up.
Mhm.
And let me do GM. Where are you trying to teleport?
It's back to the dawn color, right? We want to cash in all our. Oh, I guess.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You mean the dragon? The
Yep.
the dragon in childhood myths and legends?
Yes. She's a nice old lady.
Your ancestry is far stranger than I initially anticipated. She says, well, as long as it's not going to start rampaging through the mana wastes and become an engine of war, sure. Well, it had a name. It was Lang. Although I guess it could be called Jang if Jimmy is going to be riding it. My name is Jang. Jimmy and Jang. Two massive asses. Now,
I guess we need to resolve how this book hammer is going to work. Yeah.
So, sadly, you can't get to the Dawn Collar in one teleport trip. It's just a bit too far. So you'd have to do two. Do you have two teleports ready, or can you you only have one?
Let me see. Notorious. Stop by. Notorious, what do I have?
Well, you do have a cat familiar, so
I can also.
I have
Uh,
two.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm going to roll to see if everything went well. Okay, and was there wild magic? No, you were far enough up. You guys teleport. I had. Where's the little skull that I was using for you guys? Oh, yeah.
It's in the forest.
You guys were there, and now you guys are several 100 miles above the capital, but you're kind of just in Imperial land. You teleported to a small village that you've passed through before. Cape's End is a place that you know quite well. And you managed to just barely teleport into the castle, the fortress at Cape's End. The stable people are, you know what? At this point, they aren't surprised. You guys just keep appearing here.
Yeah, our cover's probably a little blown at this point, or the Dawncaller's cover. Now we're
They
coming
just-
to see someone. I guess so.
Within a few hours, you guys are led to the Dawncaller's island. And you present to her a donkey with a anti-magic shackles as its collar. And she goes, I've been given many gifts and many problems before, but I do not believe I've ever been given a shackled donkey. It starts growing noticeably.
Okay.
Oh, I
But-
swear this has never happened to me before.
She looks at it and she just goes, could you put the shackles back on? You shackle one of the legs before it gets too big. And the dragon just gives you a deadpan look and says, you really want to trust Jimmy with an ass that keeps growing?
This is gonna be like Don Quixote stuff.
This is going to be a book series, okay? This is going to be a spin-off series of this adventure that lasts like 8 novels longer than the original series. It's like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
It's Clifford the Big Red Dog, except it's Jang the big ass.
The big ass.
Yes. She says, I will have to contemplate what to do about this creature. Come to me with many problems. Now, what did you successfully collect the last book?
Yes, we did.
Ah. I do believe that it is my book, actually. It's the book that I knew about its whereabouts last, before it was sent into. Where did you find it, by the way?
The All Gobbler.
She puts her hand on her face and sort of leans back. That's why my magics were giving me strange readings. I thought it was just because it was in the mana waste. And I never used the powerful enough stuff to figure out that it was actually in the All Gobbler's realm. That explains so much. the visions of gnashing teeth, the strange portals at night, the occasional severed hand of an adventurer. She nods. She says, well then, read the book, read the book. I assume you're going to want part of the claw.
Mm-hmm. The eyes. And, oh, your eyes missing blood.
She says, well, before I give you all of this phenomenal draconic power, I need to know what you're going to do about the Empire. Because if I give you all of this, you're going to be my champions. And I need to know that you're representing me and what I would do. I do not think it's an unreasonable request. You seek General Yang's support. You'll find yourself in good company with General Yang. I have watched his career with interest. General Haru is also useful, and not as bloodthirsty as you might think. He and Yang are actually quite similar. However, they already have. She gives a smile that you know she even though she shouldn't be meddling, she has. And she says, I have sent a few envoys and because my agents kept on being asked who they supported. So I had a small conversation with both of them. And they have come to see that working together for the stability of the Empire is for the best. I cannot interfere with the Emperor's work.
What on earth was that sound?
It's my cat. He's like scratching his cone.
Okay, that was really...
Okay. And... well, I cannot interfere with the Emperor's rule. I can give bits and pieces of advice to his underlings, yes? And so, I've advised the two generals that they work best together against any adversity. I cannot go much farther than that, because that would violate my oath. But I've learned how to press my oath's limits during these centuries. So you wish to forge an alliance with those two?
For the moment, that seems the correct course of action.
Yep.
As for our end goal, once we've won the war and have control, I don't know.
Okay,
Yes.
you have majority consent. Okay. So, she says, with that, I shall give you my blessing and small bits of my various body parts. That is what the rituals are, fundamentally. And shall I be welcome? I shall be welcoming Akane as one of my children, and making Shakti one of my others. She does a chip off of her two chips off of her claws. Now, what the claws do, let me actually write this down, because I think I've written down in the Armor of the Dragon Emperor what the eyes do. Okay. So the eyes for Frosty actually gave, because Frosty got it from not the most ancient dragon.
Mhm.
Okay, so the eyes would actually give 120-foot dark vision, 60-foot blind sense, and a scent for precious metals. The heart would give Shakti and Akane. And the save DC is 10 plus 1/2 hit dice plus con mod. Oh, I should also have that for Onum.
Oh yeah, I didn't have that.
So that's what the save DC is based off of Akane, Sovereign,
So it's level,
and
or no, half hit dice.
which is effectively level for you, because you're
Because I'm not a familiar. But familiar has the same number of hit dice, actually.
Yep. Multiple bonus. Okay. Oi. So, doing this editing when it has a lot of things.
Is he 20? That's all right. 6 plus 4 plus 10? Yeah, all right. Go into a second level spell.
Level equals hit dice. I do believe that I now need to say what the claws do.
Mm-hmm.
So, the claws gives you, if you're a medium creature, which most of you are, 1d6 damage, like 2 1d6 damage claw attacks. 1d6 damage claw attacks at will, so you can sort of grow your claws or ungrow your claws. They also, because that's also kind of lame, it gives you a floating feat that you can change once a day.
God damn.
It has to be one that you otherwise qualify for.
So I could get a second meta magic feat every day for free.
Yes.
God damn, I need some claws. I gotta go talk to a forest dragon. Let's see what favor he needs.
Effectively, the claws are the dragon's adaptability and ability to just deal with crises. Also, physical fucking claws.
All right. I got
Yeah. So yeah, the claws wouldn't be better, but it does give the floating feet.
What's that set bonus?
Oh yeah. The set bonus is from 2 books is Form of the Dragon 1 once a day. Hit dice equal caster level. 3 books is Form of the Dragon 2 once a day. Form of the Dragon 1 twice per day. And book 4 is Form of the Dragon 3 once a day. And then adding an additional daily use to the ones below. And so that should allow you to actually be a dragon for most of the day if you wanted.
Hmm.
Kana, you are the natural armor bonus with a full set becomes like racial. So you can add an enhancement bonus on top of it now because it's now
Yeah, so
just
I can give you some
Yeah.
good bark skin.
and your subtype becomes whatever you are, you just add draconic. You are now permanently dragon. Part dragon.
Cool.
So this is the future for everyone as you guys just go around to your various dragon sugar mamas and papas and be like, "Hey, sprinkle some sugar on me, baby." They're like, "God damn it, Larry, get out of here." Larry did keep the continuous leg lamp.
That's okay. You can have it.
Okay. So, before we end this game, what are you guys planning on dealing with next week?
No idea.
It was one of the harder sets, and I could have made it take longer, but yeah,
We should probably touch in
it's
at the
fine.
capital.
Oh, you will not be around? Are you going to that book expo in New York?
New York.
No, yike.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So is next week because your character can be doing assassiny lone wolf stuff as the rest of the party goes through with what they're doing. So do you want to say, Saruman, you assassinate General Zen while we deal with something else?
That seems a bit extreme at the moment.
Yes, so I can plan for this, please tell me what is your direction, or am I going to have to thrust a direction upon you? Because this has been a player-driven story, god damn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to get on the same page as Yang right off the bat.
Okay.
Oh god.
Probably.
Well, the Talmud resummoning, the amulet will be ready on the day the treason Yep, either that or you're just going to be like, okay, hold off on the Civil War for a few hours.
I mean,
We're
the
going to
Civil War
go
is
do a giant fucking boss battle.
the Civil War is the perfect amount of chaos to go nab the Black Summoner. Oh, really? Okay.
We also might want to think about if we want Sarajin to be the one to use the
Probably,
amulet.
yeah.
So we'd have to find him.
Don't think that will be too hard.
Yeah, he's probably on the mountain.
He'll
Yeah.
be riding down the mountain till it comes.
Yes, we would like to have Alexander for the boss battle, or Saruman for the
Yeah.
boss battle.
I want my Ash buddy.
Ash, bro. Yeah, I'm not going to throw you guys into the boss battle without full numbers. Or
Okay.
into a boss battle. So,
I would like to go
next
to the
week
force.
is going to be probably a lot of talking.
All right.
As you guys finally get reintroduced to the court you've been ignoring up until now. Oh, fuck. Okay. So, good night, stream.